As you can see, I've already taken off the back seats, giving it plenty of room. It was only 4 bolts and super easy to take out. Now I can get started and put in the shelves. So for a good base, I cut multiple pieces of small plywood that is bolted down from the bolts of the back seats. I'll then take 2x4 and screw it down to start the frame. I got this all leveled off and sturdy, screwed into the bottom board. Now the shelves should be ready to be put in. I think instead of screwing down the rest of the 2 shelves, I think I'll just bolt it. That way I won't have to cut the bottoms of the screws off. And it's going to make it a lot more sturdy to bolt it. So shelves are done. I got longer bolts holding all 3 shelves in. I found this plywood that's gonna work great as doors. And then I bought these little things that screw into the boards, and then got rubber bands holding the door up. It's not the prettiest thing, but it works. Next I'm gonna make curtains. I found this thick fabric at Walmart. And then I bought these magnets off of Amazon, which I'll just stick magnets throughout the window and then keep the curtain on with magnets. So I found it really difficult to make the curtain the right size of the window. So I ended up taping it to the outside of the window. So now it's really easy to cut around it. Then I can stick it to the magnets from the inside and it should fit right in. Should stick right on. They are way stronger than I thought. Next is the bed. I already started a platform here. Once again, I used the back seat bolts to screw the boards in. I'm going to continue it going towards the front of the pickup. I'm also going to build a little platform here that I could put a battery or whatever else I need. Well, the frame is done. I ended up putting an extra piece of wood for extra support. It's a lot sturdier than I thought it was going to be. Now just the plywood and the bed is done. The bed is finished. All I have to do now is put in the mattress. I got this mattress on Amazon for maybe a little under $100. Really thick 4-inch memory foam mattress that is really comfortable. And there it is. It is a little small and a little snug right here. I just squish it around the sides. And it barely fits underneath the glove box, but it is gonna work. Well, it's definitely cozy, but not as near as bad as I thought. I can sit up just fine without touching the ceiling, and it's surprisingly comfortable sitting back. I got the shelves very accessible for food or clothing or whatever, and then I found some lights that are very bright, will make it very nice when it's dark out. So I made a little platform for the mini fridge and battery. They both fit very well in the middle. I also have a power inverter up here, and then my backup batteries down here. When the truck isn't running, I'm gonna have the mini fridge charging off of the battery. When the truck is running and I'm driving, I'm gonna have the mini fridge running off of the truck and then the battery charging. That way when I stop, I can have plenty of power to keep this thing running. Not to mention, I also got plenty of space underneath the bed for really anything. Now that the cab's all done, I've been packing a little bit. And here's some of the bigger stuff that I can't fit in there. Got a fishing tackle box, extra gas for the road, a blow-up paddleboard, backpack full of camera gear and clothes and stuff. I got extra shoes, I got a chair down here, extra battery, worst case scenario. I got 4 5-gallon jugs of water, 2 propane tanks for my propane stove here. In this tote here, I got pots and pans and plates and bowls. In that little bin, I've got extra tools, sockets, and wrenches and stuff. I got a table there, and underneath all of this is another table. In that corner, I'm also packing oil and coolant. Then I also got my big and bulky pop-up tent. And that's all. Flaming Gorge, Utah. It's gone quite well so far. It's only been the 4th day on the road. First day was Badlands in South Dakota. Second day was Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Third day was the Grand Tetons in Wyoming. And now, Utah. Northern Utah. The setup's gone quite well. Still trying to get used to the small spaces. The bed, it's really comfortable, but just trying to get to the small environment. So, my cooking, it's gone very well so far. 2 propane tanks. I'm not even close to running out of one. I got plenty of water still. I've had one problem so far. That'd be the battery. Keeping the mini fridge running. It's lasting only 7-8 hours, maybe 9, depending on how full the battery is. So I've been having to run the fridge off of my truck while the battery's charging more. Until then, I'll just get some solar panels along the way, and hopefully I won't have to be running the truck longer than it should have to be. Well, it's getting to be the end of the trip. It's May 20th, so that means it's the 20th day of the trip. I'm in Montana now. I ended up buying a solar panel. It's been doing a great trickle charge on the battery, when the truck isn't running. Although I've still ended up having to keep the truck on idle when I'm not driving. Every hour, hour and a half or so, I start it up for a little bit to keep the battery good on the truck. It ended up being the most easy and convenient to plug the mini fridge into the battery as soon as I go to bed. That way it's only running off of the battery for roughly 10 hours. A couple things that I haven't been really using a lot would be my 2 tables. I have my smaller one right here that I could fit my grill on perfectly, and then whatever else I need aside from it. It's small, compatible, and portable. And then I also have my other one, a bigger one of the 2, which to get to it I have to take everything out. So I've only used it like 1 or 2 times. It's just a waste of space and not using it. Another thing I don't really need is my 2 backpacks. I've hardly used one, and I thought I was going to use backpacks much more. One for camping and one for camera gear. It's just a waste of space and should have only brought one small one. The water jugs have been one of the best things ever. Brushing teeth, cleaning dishes, water for meals, and I've been finding it very easily to find spots to fill them up at truck stops, visitor centers, all over the place. And I've only got through 2 before I find a place to fill it up. So my extra 2 that I have, just a waste of space again, but it's still good to have extra.